Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Welcome back to the Fuller Nerd, a Hyro Geekix Unlimited production or something. I'm your host, Mayhem Mike. You know me as Reggie Bold, and it's a pleasure to be back. We took 2 weeks off to enjoy our holidays, Christmas and New Year's, and bringing in with our loved ones. We always look forward to seeing you guys, but sometimes it's nice to take a break. Nonetheless, we are here. We have a great show for you. Unfortunately, we lost one on the way. Big shout out to Big Daddy Burgie out here fluffing his cakes, taking some rest. Burgie buns bounce out. That was smooth. So hopefully he's feeling better. Hopefully he can see us. Live long and prosper, all that good stuff. Without further ado, let me bring in my co-host, sometimes guest, sometimes host. We don't know what they're doing, free ranging contracts. First of all, the glue that holds us together, but also puts us in a sticky situation. You know her, you love her, not as much as we do. Katarina, Miss Catastrophe.
Hi, everyone. Happy 2025.
Happy 2025. How are we feeling today?
I feel good. I feel better that I'm with you guys.
It's the love. Or however they do it nowadays. I don't know.
I think like this now.
Oh, my God.
Like this.
I'm throwing up gang signs. All right, whatever. Take all this love, cuz. Anyway. Let me bring in my next host.
No.
He brought himself in. My brother from another mother. You know him as the Light of Mayhem, Reginald.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Oh, man, it's a pleasure to see your faces. Once again, Happy New Year. How was your Christmases? How was your New Year's? Let me know real quick before we get into this episode.
They were good. They were quiet. That's exactly what we wanted. So, it was kept on the down low and chill. That's exactly what the wife wanted. So that's what we did.
That sounds amazing.
Yes. To home with the kids, ringing the new year with my best friend, watching this live stream that was definitely like D tier, like D level tier. But my favorite part was, we got to the level where it was English, but it was all Spanish actors, right? But it was in English, and they were at this bar, and it was the hosts were like this husband and wife, and there was this woman in the back that I swear to God looked like the girl from Mad TV. That he looked like a man, like her.
He looked like a man. I tell you what.
And she was standing like right in the background, staring right into the camera, dead face, no smile, no nothing, while they were talking, like, hey, like all like curled up, and she's just in the back like this, looking at the TV. And I was like, I'm living for her. Like, I am living. Staring right in. It was so funny. I was glad that I was on that D level tier. It was just like one of those so bad it's good.
Yeah.
Yep, I know lots of those.
How about you, Mayhem?
So first of all, I still have to pick up one or two gifts for Jordy, because everybody gets her gifts. And I was like, what about me? And they're like, get out of here, you scrub. Aside from that, it was pretty dope. Christmas was dope. We got to see family. A lot of sickness going around. A lot of sickness. A lot of flu.
It's New York, and y'all are way too close to each other.
Yes. All that. Yes, because but so far everybody seems good. I actually lost my voice for about 2 weeks. And for the first time in my life, I caught laryngitis.
Is that why you was all scratchy that last show?
Yes. 100%. Like I'm in between puberty again. Second puberty.
Zombie.
That too. But so yeah. But no, aside from that, everything was dope. Like you guys said, it was really laid back. New Year's, I worked and then I came home. I relaxed. I hope that is an indication of what's to come. Hopefully, we can have a very peaceful New Year. Hopefully, New York City, we're seeing congestion pricing and all this other stuff. Here, I mean, listen, you can start off on the wrong foot and still have a great performance, is all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So here's hoping.
I'm sorry. I saw the picture of the father taking his kid to daycare in the back of his electric scooter with him like on the kitty backpack. And I'm like, New York, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
And I'm going to be honest. Some people don't deserve to be parents. And it's not like, hear me out. It's an electric scooter on a highway. I think that was a highway going. Is it probably expressway going to?
I think it was
It was a highway. It's so if anything, it's an expressway going into a highway because it's the FDR, if I'm not mistaken, which is on the Manhattan side, east side. Second of all, it's cold as balls. No, I think it was the Holland Tunnel. Either way, so that's even worse. That's under the water, under the sea. Do. Last week has been, maybe with the exception of like 2 days, younger than me. It's been like below 29, 20. You know what I'm saying? I think we had one day.
It took me like 15 seconds to buffer that younger than me thing. So well done. I was like, wait.
The temperatures, madam. The
Got it.
Yeah, so it's been like 20 degrees, 20 to 30 degrees. We had one day, I think it was like 50. We were like, oh my God, this is so great. And then right back to 30, 20 degrees. So I don't know why that kid, which seemed to be in shorts or a onesie with nothing covering his legs on an electric scooter and expressway, find him, take his adult card. His parent card is whatever, take it away.
But I also want to say, not excusing that behavior at all, but look at the society that we exist in right now. People are taking these dangerous, crazy risks with their kids because they have to make the choice of work and being able to pay rent and put food on their table and keep the electricity on and all of that, and be able to afford warm winter clothing for their children and safe transportation. Like, why are we here in a first world country?
Because we're not a first world country.
We're not anymore.
We're a third world country.
No, but that's like, you know, I'm saying, like, would I have made the same choices? No, I wouldn't have. But I also am not living in that person's existence and I have no idea what is going on. And I also know, being the daughter of an immigrant, how much fear they instilled on me in losing my job because they were here on work visas. And even after they became naturalized, because they didn't have the same education as people that grew up here, they felt like their jobs were limited. So they would really like crush themselves to get to, like, getting to and from work was their largest priority because of that fear of not being able to provide for their family. And I have not seen this article. I have no idea who these people are that are involved. I'm just saying, like, we've created this society. Like, shame on us.
So I just want
to that person. I understand that you may be going through some shit and you had to make tough choices. I don't agree with the choice you made.
Do better. I'll say it. She won't say it. Do fucking better. Because 90s mom, 80s mom was taking cabs. We made away. They made away. Excuse me. I'll say this. I think, without being political, we do a lot of not addressing situations and easily are distracted by things that doesn't make any sense. Like, listen, if you don't agree, for instance, let's just say that there are more than one gender, that's fine. But you know what you should be focused on? Your local rights, your local voting. Anytime something comes up that affects you, so that big business, whatever big business it is that you believe in, doesn't take away all your rights and abilities to live a healthy and sustainable life. I mean, just pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's that. Like, while I don't agree with you not agreeing whether they're like somebody saying that there's a specific gender that you don't agree with does not affect you. Rules and regulations that are being put in to hinder your way of life are. So maybe
pay attention to that. Right.
The part they miss is they make these broad sweeping strokes and they don't realize that they're under those strokes. They're like, here's a broad stroke. They're like, yeah, it's going to get those people we don't like. It's going to get everybody.
Hold on. The edge of politics. I just want to say that Inauguration Day is
That's why I said we're going to move forward. We're going to move forward because we can easily get canceled.
I just want to say that in the year of 2025, Inauguration Day is on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, or Martin Luther King Jr. Day, not a technical birthday.
Yeah. I just remember when I talked about starting on a bad foot but ending great. Inclusive is how I'll say. Anywho, since it's the first episode of the year, we decided to reflect back on some of the great things that we loved about 2024. You see how I'm straying away from that? Straight. So many times we could have got canceled.
Deflect the shields at maximum.
No, my favorite one is smile away, boy. Smile away.
Sarge, are we
That
doing
is
it
such
right?
a classic line, and I think so many people don't give it justice. We wanted to reflect on 2024 and all of its geekdom and some of the things that we definitely found to be like really dope, and we hope that you will. We're gonna reflect on it. We're gonna bring it back for you guys and all that good stuff. However, I don't know who's gonna go first, so I think we should do rock paper scissors on the screen, and whoever loses goes first. Are you down with it?
Sure.
You know what? Sure, why not?
Ready? Wait. I'm gonna do a test. It's gonna be rock, paper, scissors, says whatever you want. Okay. Just want to make sure. Ready? Really fast. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, says shoot. Why do we all pick paper? All right. That is my new moment for 2025. All
right.
Go ahead. Rock, paper, scissors, says shoot. It's a three-way tie.
Yeah.
It's a three-way tie.
Did
Okay.
we cancel each other out?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why it's a three-way tie.
Because you rocked, you crushed my scissors, I cut his paper, and he covered you.
Ready? Last one. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, says shoot.
Yeah.
All right, it's between me and Reggie now.
All right.
Well, no, Mayhem's going first. He lost.
I lost.
Oh, he lost. That means he goes
Yeah.
first.
The one time I didn't pick paper
Oh,
because I was
okay,
like, there's no possible way. All right.
Because we all picked paper. So I'm like, cool. Someone's picking scissors, and it ain't me.
Oh my God, that is my new favorite moment of 2025. Let me know when we're Reggie.
We are good to go, sir. You may start.
All right. So obviously, I'm the bad boy of the group. I decided to be a rebel. The first thing on the list is drumroll,
No
please.
surprise there.
Brrrr. Show it, please. Alien Romulus.
Ooh, look, it's an alien thing. Ooh, so surprised. Oh, I'm sorry.
I have
I'm
nothing
sorry.
nice
I'm
to say
sorry.
to you right now. So although I found this movie overall meh, you know what I'm saying? I definitely give it a 6 to 7. The graphics were great. Some of the new introduction of lore was dope. The actor felt like it was pretty good too. And the only reason why I say that is because I've read the books, I read the comics, which is now owned by Disney, aka Marvel. So it's definitely better writing if you haven't had a chance to check it out. I played the games such as Alien Isolation, much better game and story. I wish they continue that. And Fire Team and whatnot. So everybody knows I'm a big fan of the Alien series, even though to say they hit a pothole and gone nowhere is an understatement. They've literally fallen in place. This was a really good movie to bring back interest into the actual franchise, and it incorporated a lot of the classic Alien movies, so it was dope. But I'm just happy that this came out and they did a really good job. I still found it meh, but that's just me. Everybody else really loved it, so that's fine. And I'm really happy because of this, it also greenlit the next project, which is, Reginald, please, the next slide. Alien Earth. I mean, I think it's time that the franchise did branch out into a series, and seeing how series are done with a lot of moving parts, a lot of different characters, we can actually build something better. I mean, The Flash went like freaking 20 seasons. I mean, come on. And we saw the horrible CGI it offered. But, you know, whatever.
Bad writing.
But it was still love. So I'm hoping Alien can be better than The Flash, so I have shit to talk. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Nonetheless, I'm really excited to see what happens. I'm really excited to see how the pieces are moved. I think everything will be dope with this one, nonetheless. And then, of course, if this does really well, even if it's the first season, then multiple games and other things and franchises will build out and we'll get better stories. Hopefully.
Well, I think it's good to hope for a good show because we've had like the Child's Play series. That TV show was very successful.
Mm-hmm.
We had
Child's Play TV series.
Yeah, there's a Child's Play TV. You didn't see it? It's got Brad Dourif and his daughter in it. Brad Dourif is the voice of Chucky. Child's Play.
Child's Play
Series.
There was a series. I missed that.
And
oh my
also,
God.
it's not on my list of the best of 2024, but it does exist. And it was good. Please don't get me wrong. It was very good. And then
How did I miss that?
we also had
Me too.
Army of Darkness as the films, and then a very successful television show spinoff. So I think it's very possible. They just have to write it well. And thankfully, we live in a time that the graphics will look amazing. I mean, look what they've been doing with Rings of Power.
Yes.
Or whatever else you may say, they look absolutely stunning.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think because of the mystery that they try to go with horror with Alien, they don't even have to spend so much money on graphics for aliens themselves. It's more or less the set props and ships in space, if anything. So
You'll
that
find a
can really,
really tall dude to shove in a rubber suit.
I
Practical effects
mean,
win every time.
all right, so let's move forward because I got to let these guys talk or whatever. But I'm really excited. I'm really hoping that it has a really good turnout, so that way I could talk shit to Reginald next year, 2025, hopefully. Oh, this year. Okay, cool. Next, please. Nosferatu. So I am cool. I'm gonna edit that out. No. So what happens is I'm actually a very big horror fan. I've been a big horror fan. I talk about the WB franchise on Friday and Saturday. They used to show movies as well as Sundays if later on in the evening, and that got me into horror. Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula has been so iconic and so influential to so many of the Dracula films, to a point where somebody else did it and he sued the hell out of them, and they can't even have we have the Nosferatu version that's illicit, but all the other versions were killed. Like they destroyed it. You won in court. So trust me, the state makes you pay. This came out, I think, last month. I think it came out towards the end of the month or whatever, or the month before. And it's dope. The recent depictions of Dracula have been dope. There was another, was it Nosferatu? There was one with on the boat. I forgot what that was called.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay. A BVV mode. Big veiny vessel. Yes. Oh man, good one. There was also another one on Netflix, which was like three parts, whatever. The first two was amazing. The third part was kind of confusing because like he was weak to sunlight, but only because he thought he was weak to sunlight, and then he killed himself. It was
you
weird.
talked about that, yeah.
But it was still, the first two parts were really good. So far, if you're a big fan of vampires like Lost Boys and such, this is like, this is really up your alley, only because it's artistic. What is artistic? The layers. I don't want to give it away. So Dracula is obsessed with this girl, but there's a reason why. You know what I'm saying? And then the girl is actually fighting not just Dracula, but also society and its standards and herself to an extent. Everybody else comes into play. Now, normal Dracula stories is focused on the guy going to meet Dracula to make a deal where he's going to buy an estate, Dracula traveling over the boat, Dracula getting to London, and then he's getting killed, right? This is kind of similar, but it's so much details. There's so much like artistic detail that goes into it. I would suggest you go watch it and just have an open mind because it is dope. It really is art. They just took Nosferatu and they just did a different version of it. This was really dope. I was excited for it, and I'm really happy it came. It was totally what I didn't think it would be, but it was still worth a watch. So I definitely hats off to you guys. I'm going to go to the next one because I feel like I've been talking about Dracula and vampires for the longest.
Sorry, it's been like 2 minutes. But anyway,
Sure.
What I've noticed is that whenever there's a Nosferatu film, it is always more of the artistic take on Dracula than the standard bam, bam, Dracula.
It's always like a gothic romance.
It is 100%. But I didn't want to say that to kind of 100% because they always pay homage to Bram Stoker's Dracula. And the story, once again, the guy goes to meet Dracula to sell him property. Then Dracula travels by the ship, and then he goes to
direct.
Yep.
Her character is after Mina Harker, so it's very much an homage to that as well.
And sometimes we get like one movie of just one part of those main three parts. So definitely watch it. It's really dope. I enjoyed it. I think you guys would too. It's something different. Nonetheless. So let's move forward.
Is there anyone that you would not recommend go seeing this movie with?
Obviously children. Obviously children. If you're a parent that's worried about your teenager watching nudity, yes, there is nipples, like two people's nipples you see, and you kind of see a penis, but not really. So if you're like that, if that's like off the table with you, fine. And anybody who doesn't like horror. But other than that, this is different. This is different than like jump scares and just like, oh my God, blood and gore. It does have that to an extent, but it's more like getting into why, getting into who the characters and what drives them and what drives Dracula. 100%. 100. The ending scene is crazy. The ending, anyway. Like, all right, one thing I will give you, right? So the old Victorian arts, if I'm not mistaken, and art geeks don't kill me. One of the things they used to do to kind of bring attention to detail and show what's important is paint things in white. So you got a big forest, something is in white. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain type of art it's called, and I forgot what it's called. If you look at the movie, all the important things are also kind of in white. That's all I'm going to say. Next, please. Deadpool and Wolverine. Arguably better than all the others that came before it. It's between 1 and 3, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Reynolds delivered. He had Hugh Jackman. He had I forget their names. Gambit. He had Flame On guy, Chris Evans. Who did the potty mouth. He had everything. He gave us fan service. He gave us funny comedy, and he pushed everything. Arguably one of the best Marvel MCU movies, because I believe it's still part of the MCU cinematic, to come out this year, and it was well worth the wait. They've been teasing us. They've been actually giving us trailers. We were all excited, and it did way beyond we thought it could. I think it did $1 billion plus, so it puts it right there. And it paid off. I think it paid off. We're actually hoping to get another one. I don't know if they are, but hats off.
I'm sure we will.
I'm sure we will too. But this was just amazing. It was definitely one of those movies you wanted to go in blind. And every scene, every minute of it was amazing. Even to like the beginning, the break dance. Bah, bah, bah. Like, come on. So anyway, that's all I'll give you. I think this was really dope. It was dope for
$3 billion.
Did it do more than Black Panther? Technically, which I think it did 2.8, something like that. This was a great way to restart the faith in MCU. This was a great way for Ryan Reynolds to be king in just about anything he do. I don't know about Mint Mobile, but hey, I hear about that deal though. I heard about that deal. I heard. Tell T-Mobile do better. This is just great, and if we get a Deadpool 4 anytime soon, I will be there. I will be there.
No lies detected, all truths told. But he's been trying to get Hugh Jackman in this movie since he made the first one. Mm-hmm. The only other person he's fought harder to get into these movies other than Hugh Jackman is any Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Because that's what if it's Deadpool, you got to give it one of his counters. It's either going to be Wolverine or Spider-Man.
Well, I hear Tom Holland is back. There's all this AI about him proposing to Zendaya, but he's supposedly been back for Spider-Man as well. So that should be fun, and I'm looking forward to that. I think he will be in the next Deadpool, depending on where they go from it. Honestly,
it depends because Sony realized they can't make Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man.
Oh, they can't make movies just in general. Remember Craven? Anyway, let's move forward. I have a lot. So, Inside Out. Whether or not you agree it's better than the first one, I don't care. You can have your opinion and agree wrong.
That's still the number one highest grossing movie of 2024.
Okay.
I just looked it up.
Okay, cool. So this was a great movie. This is a movie that Pixar we want all the time. And
I haven't seen either one.
So Inside Out is like, dealing with your emotions and learning how to what's the best way?
Learn where the emotions come from.
Where emotions come from and letting go with certain memories. It's part of growing up, right? Inside Out is just like for people who have emotions and don't understand themselves, for people who deal with anxiety, particularly for people who are just like, wow, somebody understands me and sees me in this film, which is probably why it's such the highest grossing film of 2024. This was it. Like this made so much sense. This wasn't it's bright, it's colorful, it's released for kids. This was for adults. This was 100% for adults to reflect on who they are, who they were, what their emotions have gone through. I swear to you, if you haven't had a chance, take a day for yourself, look at this film, enjoy for what it is, and just sit back and think. And oh my God, this is a classic. If you ask me, this
So
is a
what you're
classic.
saying is somebody at Pixar was going through something and they put it in this movie.
Have they not? Between Pixar and DreamWorks and other, don't they normally take us for a ride and we just be like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, you know what I'm saying? They make us realize it was dope. It was a dope movie. And I can understand if you don't think it's better than the first one, that's fine. Whatever. I just think this is worth you seeing. 100% both movies. Even back to back if you can, depending on your day. Let's move forward. I really think this was a really good thing. Wicked. Oh my God. I have been hyped about this. I think I said it here. I think I said it to you guys backstage. I think I said it out loud.
You said it many times about the musical, about the movie.
I saw the musical,
the TV show, about all Wicked whatever.
Let me tell you something, okay? What I loved about this movie is how we tend to look at people as villains and we glorify the villains, right? This was a great movie about a woman coming of age who had to deal with all her insecurities and all things that people blamed her for or looked at her for being different, but in a negative context, right? And she made that a part of her character, part of her armor, and she still grew. And you know, you kind of forget about the story in the background about who's taking these animals and making them not talk and all that other stuff. And you kind of understand what somebody who is different goes through, different from what you're used to, different from, like, I don't know, people in Colorado. I'm just saying that. Different from people in New York, different from people all over the world, and kind of what they kind of have to go through just for being different. This was an amazing film. Musical, excuse me. This was an amazing musical film. I loved it. I'm waiting for the second part. My guess is she's not dead. That's all I'll say. I'm going to move forward.
So, as someone who has not seen the Broadway musical and has not seen the film, and I don't know how I feel about it anyway, I read the books, and I don't want to be that guy. Well, I read the books and the books are better, because the books are not better. The books are awful. But the tone of the books, I want to make, I don't know if either of you remember the film Precious that was also based on a book.
Yes.
And this musical got the Precious treatment, where when they moved it over to another platform, in this case made it a Broadway musical, they really lightened the tone quite a bit, as opposed to what you get in the books. Now, I haven't read the entire series. I've only read the first two books, which is Wicked and then Son of a Witch. And I don't know, having read the books and knowing how dark and how deeply, I don't want to use the word twisted, but how dark and sad and like kind of hopeless the books are for at least where we're going with those first two books. I have such a hard time reconciling myself to going to check this out. However, I have promised more than a few people that once the second one comes out, I will watch the first one and then go see the second one, so that I'm watching it in a, like, you know, all at once kind of thing. And I don't know how I'm going to feel going in, knowing what I know, and just how sad and lonely and desperate Elphaba is in those books. It's just kind of hard to like, and how cold she is in those books.
So I'll say this. I think much like a lot of movies that we don't realize are dark because of the bright lights and all this other stuff, kind of like anime, they did a real good job of lightening the not making it as dark, the story. Now, I haven't read the books, but I've heard about the books, and I've heard certain aspects of the books which were dark. I'm sure they cut those out because they want the family to watch it. You know, they don't want the family to be like, oh my God, they put this on screen. That should tell you enough. If not, then fine, don't worry about it. What's that, Maxwell? If you don't know what I'm saying, so don't ever wonder. Anyway, shout out to Maxwell. They did a really good job they did a really good job, I think, of conveying most, not all, most of the dark themes and overcoming and all that other stuff without showing it and being as dark. And I think you can forget what I'm have to say, but if you go and you look at people's reactions to this movie, it shows a lot. Like a lot of the videos that keep popping up on my timeline are people who are in the movie theater singing the songs, and I'm just like, how many times did you watch?
Well, this is like a full circle moment for Ariana, right? She went to go see it on Broadway, fell in love with it, got to meet Kristen Chenoweth, and now she's playing that character, Galinda. So
she was amazing.
And all I hear and all I see are clips about how much care was taken into staying as true to the musical as possible when they were making it into the film. And Ariana was acting like, I don't want to say acting was, she kind of became like the set expert and be like, no, this is really important because down the line this happens. And if you take this out, then it's not going to you're going to have to figure out a way to explain this kind of thing, which is wonderful. I just also know that the musical took a lot of liberties, which they do. Other media always do. But when it's almost like you've read like Precious, the book, and then they turn it into like Sister Act 2. And I don't know. Like, I don't know how.
Well, no, I will say this.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. But I love that so many people love the musical and that they're loving the film. I'm happy that it's doing so well. I'm happy that it's put Cynthia on the map for people who didn't know who she was from her Harriet Tubman and Color Purple days. And her song was viral. You know, that Rise Up, Take My People With Me became very popular during Black Lives Matters movement and marches and things like that. And to know that now people know that she is the voice of that, because a lot of people didn't make that connection back then, is amazing. So I hope the film continues to do well. I'm glad that it got made and it's resonating with people. It's just, for me, it's hard for me to be like, you made what?
I think I can't wait till you see it. I think you'd really enjoy it. I really do think it's worth anybody getting. It is emotional. It is definite. And you know me, I feel like I was emotionally capped until I had my daughter, and now all of a sudden random songs will come in and here comes a tear. And I'm like, well, I gotta drive home. I can't be for to cry. Like can't pull over. So, you know, I think anybody with an open mind at the very least.
Yeah, I think anything that connects with you emotionally is beautiful.
100%. I want to move forward because I'm running over time. You guys got to go. The Penguin. Oh my God. My God. This was supposed to be a one-off. Okay, just like the Watchmen series. This was supposed to be a one-off, and now they're talking about doing a second one, which I am all for. I don't care how long it takes for you to write it. Give it to me. Shove it down my throat. All right. So let me just preface this by saying this. Colin, you beautiful bastard. I know he does not like the suit. Get back in that suit and you take all my money. Okay? You get in that suit. You take all the millions of money. Before the Batman, after the Batman, well, during the Batman, after the Batman, we talked about the Penguin, right? We briefly discussed the villains on this show. And I said, I think it's hard to kind of combat Danny DeVito's legacy. Colin erased that shit. I mean, he did his thing. Don't get me wrong. My daughter's sleeping, so she can't hear me. He did his thing. And he didn't erase it by like overshadowing Danny DeVito. He did his own thing, and he made it so masterful. The series on HBO, The Penguin, is such a great look into Oswald Cobblepot.
Oswald Cobblepot.
I was saying it wrong in my head. And you have to, it's like there was no Batman. So don't look for the Batman. It's all about the Penguin, all the players. It is such a great psychological action. I don't even think it's called a thriller, just action packed. And it's so good. It's so damn good. The twists, the turns, and the ending is going to make you upset. Now, if they could do that for every villain, DC, your cinematic universe, here it is, copy, paste, you're done. So
they do have the new overall overseer for their entire film set. So, you know, he might take this into consideration, but he doesn't like to bring the TV shows into the movies.
Color me skeptical. Oh,
but I have to say, Colin Farrell may not be crazy about the suit, and I get it. I totally get it, because even though I knew Colin Farrell was playing that, when I watched the Batman, I completely forgot it was him. I think that was one of the things that we mentioned in the podcast. Like he became that, he embodied that character. But I have to honestly say that before this role, I knew Colin Farrell was like a solid actor, but he was like, just another handsome guy that had his turn as the action star and then kind of, went off the radar. This has brought a credibility to his work.
Yes.
And brought him forward as like a real contender of someone that can do physical, acting, and not just physicality in the way of like action, like punching and kicking people, but the way that he puts on this suit and then completely embodies this person. You legitimately every time forget that it's Colin Farrell playing this character. He is his character. And you can't say that about a lot of big box office guys. And I still consider Colin Farrell to be a big box office guy, because he really had like a good 10, 12 years where he was making major moves everywhere. So yeah, this is really great for him. I don't have access to this show legally. So
hood release. Hood release.
I knew that was coming. But I love this for him. I wish he had won things. Did he win things? Did he win anything?
I don't think
he should win things.
So.
He should win things. He should win things. 100%. It's on HBO Max, because they had HBO Max, all that good stuff. HBO Max. And then I know we talk about a lot about Colin, but his supporting cast was also dope as well too. The supporting actors and actresses, oh my freaking God, they were amazing too. Reginald?
He's not won any Academy Awards, but he has won 3 Golden Globes.
For the Penguin?
No, just in general.
Just in general.
Okay, in general. Okay, well, I think after this, he might be up for something.
I think that he absolutely should. And this first season may not be the season for it, but with that season 2, just the teaser that I've seen.
Yes.
If it's as solid as that teaser looks, it's going to be a great year for him. And I do hope that he brings home a couple of awards for this, because he certainly deserves it.
Agreed. All right, let's move forward, because I know I got a lot. I got to get through this real quick.
How many more do you have?
All of them.
Oh my God.
Creature Commandos.
He always goes over the rest.
I was expecting a cleanup crew. Creature Commandos was dope, even though it's still going into this year. As usual, DC animations are dope. DC animations are dope. There's a little bit of nudity, not nudity, but implied nudity, if you will, sex scene. But the stories are good, so just watch it. You enjoy it. Next, because there's nothing else. Agatha all along. Oh my God. Oh, if you could make this into a sauce and pour it on my face.
You mean like Szechuan sauce?
Oh, something. This was amazing. Agatha. Just her by herself is so amazing. The ending I'm still dealing with right now, because I feel like it's good, but then I kind of have questions-ish. But just
understandable.
But the whole ride till it? Are you fucking kidding me?
That was a hell of a ride.
A fucking classic. Next one, please, because I can't. Too much. X-Men 97. I mean, how could I forget this? X-Men 97 was it. Classic. I hope we're able to get the original. I think it's 3 seasons. 3 seasons we're supposed to get. I hope we get it the way it's supposed to be. And
the first 2 seasons are written, so we can hope.
You know what happens with Disney and Marvel is like somebody says something, they're like, you know what? Scrap it, screw it, put it all back. What's starting?
No, the person that does that is not in charge of Marvel. She's in charge of Disney or
Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
Thank you.
Here's hoping.
She's in charge of that.
So, all right, and I think did I have one more?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And that's
you don't even remember, do you?
Yeah, I gave you all the things.
You
next.
Did.
Give me the next.
It's there.
Absolute DC. Okay. Now.
I have that.
I know. I know. So I don't know if it was because I brought it to your attention or if you were already on it.
I already had it.
Okay, fair enough. When I found out about Absolute DC, okay, from one of my favorite streamers. Okay, I ran to Katarina Catastrophe, and I was like, you need to pick up this Wonder Woman one because this is amazing. This absolute DC. I want you to understand, this is the second time in the night that I'm speaking nice about DC. Okay, rare. They have been killing it with these three so far. This absolute Batman, the origins are just amazing. So even though it's going into 2025, this has been a great start. DC, in the words of every fan who's had hope in you,
Don't fuck
this up. Thank you very much. That's all I gotta say. Thank you for coming to my TED Talks. Next up, I'm gonna randomly pick Katarina. Yes.
Thank you.
No
We did have one duplicate. Before I get into my list, I just want to make this little quick comment about DC. We all know that I love DC. DC is my main, especially Wonder Woman, and it's always rooted in reality. And I just want to say that I will give up the cinematic universe if you keep on giving us this good shit that we are getting here. Like, I don't even care about the fucking live action at this point. I really don't. I really don't. There has been some live action that I've loved. I'm not, no shade. They're trying, and I appreciate it. But we know what you can do when you do it right. So if you're not gonna do it like that, just
don't do it. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Stop.
Just
it's
put
okay.
it in your pocket. And
Like MJ said, stop.
Like,
get some help.
Yeah.
Cook your food all the way through and clean it.
Yeah.
And when you go in the shower, wash your legs and your body with soap.
Yo,
all the time.
Wash your legs. So confusing.
Okay, real quick. I don't know why celebrities and people from the Caucasus Mountains like to tell us, unrivaled, that they don't like to shower.
We've got your whole history. We know this.
It's not cool. You're not the fun person. You're not hygienic. Okay. In a time, and I know we have third world countries that have bad sanitation, but better sanitation efforts and promises than, I don't know, the 17th fucking century or 1920s where we were throwing shit out the window, literally. All you have to do, if you have the available facilities, is take a shower twice a day. Once, if you're not going to go outside. Hey, who's going to smell you? I'll give you that. But I think you should take it twice nonetheless. When you get under the water, you let the water hit you. You take the soap. You wash it all over your body. Water going down your skin does not clean it. It doesn't.
But it's soapy.
No, it's not if you don't add soap. So add soap here because you want to wash your face first.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
Can I just say something? And stop with the all-in-ones.
The all-in-ones are
no.
rarely.
It's for my hair. It's for my skin. It's for my feet.
No.
It's for all of it.
I understand. No. Shampoo, conditioner, and soap, aka body wash, whatever.
Yes.
I'm not gonna get into that.
No, it's just one.
But at no point should it all be in one bottle.
God, no.
It doesn't even make sense.
You can't condition your
How
hair
can
with
you shampoo,
soap.
condition, and wash your body with the same?
It makes no
Separate.
sense.
So
Anyway, thank you.
wash your face first, usually with a different rag than you use it for your body. Okay.
If you use a rag at all,
you should be using a rag or a loofah scrub of sorts. Okay.
or a scrub brush.
That you change out. It should not be the same loofah scrub that you've had since 2017.
Yes, I think. How long should loofahs be? I don't really use loofahs
I'd
as
say
rags.
8 months.
I
max.
don't use loofahs. I have the long, I forgot what they're called.
The little scrubby towel thingy.
No, it's like a mesh thing and it's long.
Yeah, a little mesh with the little handles so you can like exfoliate.
No, there's no handle. It's just like a piece of fabric in it. But it's kind of like the mesh ball.
Okay.
But instead of it being in a ball, it's in a strip.
Okay.
Okay.
So
And I buy a new one once a month because they're cheap.
right.
I mean, those loofah things are like at least once a month, guys.
So once a month,
Just once.
2 months the max, because that's a lot of water, dirt, and soap. Okay. We should be
And I
rinsing.
understand not everyone can shower, full on shower every day because of skin conditions or whatever. But let's remember that's not the majority of us. that's a minority.
Take the rag, loop it, whatever, squeeze it out.
And I have to confess, I'm not a 2 shower a day person. I'm a 1 shower a day person.
That's fine.
However, I also like to shower in the evening.
Yes.
So that I'm going to bed clean.
That's my thing. You can take a shower in the morning and in the evening. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you stay home, take it towards the evening. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing anything. I just want to say one thing and we're going to move forward because I've been taking up too much time.
Like we're at 46 minutes.
You know, shower face first, then take another rag, body, wash under your pits. And honestly, you should be grooming here, down there. Okay. It holds smells. So this might be clean, but down there be not. That might be a doctor issue. That may just be a smell issue. You won't know until you trim at the very least. But here definitely holds. You wonder why you're spending so much on deodorant and still smelling? It's a bush. It's a bush. You know? And I get it. With women, society's like, oh, you got to have bald armpits. Please. You can have a little fuzz. Just clean it and trim. And men too.
All right. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
He's gonna do a step-by-step tutorial, and we'll post it
in between
on
your
our
toes.
webpage.
And your butt cheeks.
It's okay to
clean out the rag
cheeks.
when you're done. Good. I'm sorry. I'm done. For real.
And also, just one more thing. I wash my hands first and then my face.
And clean out the tub when you're done too. Nobody wants to come into that.
Like, I have very long hair, and I do shed when I'm in the shower.
That's fine.
Take that shit with you and throw it in the trash.
Yes.
Don't leave it on the wall of the shower. Don't leave it on the floor.
Amazon and Tmall, your friends.
Put it in the trash.
Oh,
it's
dirty.
It's the hair that was literally on your head. Don't be scared. Pick it up. Put it in the trash.
Anyway,
It'll be fine.
Cat.
Sorry, go ahead.
Cat.
What?
Cat. Sorry.
My favorite one and done. I wish we were getting more of this. I truly enjoyed it. I know other people had problems with it, but I did not. And I was here for it. And all of the haters just.
You have 2 words for them.
Really just have a series of words that I'd like to condense into one word because I won't breathe in between saying them all.
It's like Big Burger Sesame. I feed them with the damn truth when he does no alphabet.
And I would also like to say it in another language, but watch this be the one episode my mom watches. So we're just going to move on.
Fair enough.
You're dead wrong for that. Doctor Who. I've been a Doctor Who fan for a very long time. I love every single Doctor. Are they perfect? Absolutely not. The storylines don't always live up to the hype, but that's okay. I love the story. I love the worlds that we get to see. I love the timelines, the different aliens, all of the different companions and things. But this season, I have to say, has been such a breath of fresh air. Ncuti is perfectly cast. I love the version of the Doctor that we're getting. Someone who is worked through all of the. They were really going through it for a few Doctors, like going through some dark places, trying to figure things out, being crushed by the weight of the responsibility that they had given themselves and the guilt that they felt and all of these other things. And he's moved through this trauma. And now we have someone who has found his light again, you know, and is just a joyful rendition of the Doctor. So much empathy, so much hope, so much love. And it really is a beautiful thing to see. If you're not a Doctor Who fan, but you like sci-fi and stuff, you don't even have to watch any of the history of it. Just pick up from the Christmas special and just give him a chance. He's such a delight. And if this is not your thing, check him out in Sex Education. He is a bright, shining star in that as well. So that I'm going to try to be quick. Do you guys have anything to say? No? Okay, good.
No, it's been good. Good.
Furiosa, Anya Taylor-Joy, she can do no wrong in my eyes. Everything she eats, she's in. She freaking eats. And from when she was playing chess, and I forgot the name of that show, to Furiosa, she is another person that completely embodies the character that she's playing. I know that you never fully let go of who it is that you're watching, but she was perfectly cast in this role. I felt every minute of it. And I love this Mad Max world. So getting to see more of it and kind of these side stories has been wonderful in this origin of Curiosity. To have a character played by both Anya Taylor-Joy and Charlize Theron, does it get better than that? Like two powerhouse women. It's a great movie. Definitely worth seeing in the theater, but watch it. It's great.
Yes. Next.
I guess I didn't realize I have a thing about post-apocalyptic sand planets. Here we are with Streamyard too.
I was being quiet.
This is another visually stunning, beautifully acted film. The first part one had me sat in my home watching it on my projector screen just as they're building their lore. And this is someone I read the books twice, but it's been a long time. So I'm not, there are parts where I'm like, oh God, I forgot about that. But the way that they're sticking with the source material, the way that they're taking their time to build it, and being able to watch this in as someone who is getting the books refreshed to me in front of my eyes is something so rare for book readers that you really, really have to enjoy it. Yes, the films are lengthy. Yes, there's a lot of exposition. And yes, there's a lot of sand. It is a sand planet. However,
everywhere.
It's beautifully active. It's got a stellar cast, all-star, and everyone's putting their whole ussies into it. I can't wait for part 3. I know we got to wait like 2 years, but I'm here for it. Great, great thing.
Okay.
And also unrecognizable Skarsgård part 2. Like the Skarsgård family,
they be killing shit.
They really are the best at putting on a costume and becoming somebody completely different.
He kind of sort of does look like his other main role in there with no hair, though.
First of all, Austin Butler is always going to be the kid from Ned's Declassified. Okay? So watching him in this film, I was like, that is not. Yes, it is. Like, I didn't even realize he was in this film. Like, I knew that there was a crap ton of people in this movie, but I was like, that is not Austin Butler. Oh, hell yeah, it is. And then, this was like a generational thing because my dad was like, yeah, that's the kid who played Elvis. I'm like, no, baby, that's Ned's Declassified. And Shannara Chronicles and Elvis. And now he's this bald-headed freak. But anyway. But that's the Skarsgård to the right there. Papa Skarsgård. That's him.
Oh, that is. Oh, I got the wrong. Skarsgård. Dude, like he looks like a Skarsgård with that makeup on, though.
Yeah, he does. But like the thing with the ridge and the eyebrow, I'm like, that's not. And then I was like, holy crap! Because, and I know that I'm part of the problem here. It's like when Ralph Macchio played the Karate Kid, and then nobody could see him as anything but the Karate Kid.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's probably hard for him to get roles because people so identify him with where they found him first.
Yeah.
And like my son was the reason why I was watching Ned's Declassified. So, this is not my generation. It's actually my son's generation, but it's so deeply ingrained to me. It's like watching the girl from iCarly play a prostitute. You're like, that's Carly.
Wow.
Or watching Jessie from Saved by the Bell do the things she did in Showgirls.
Right. Which is why, like, unfortunately,
I don't want to add on to this.
They don't always get to break out of that. But Austin Butler's doing great, like moving on from those kinds of things. He went from Ned's Declassified, and then he was on a couple episodes of iCarly. He did the Shannara Chronicles on Netflix, and then he played Elvis, and now he's playing, like I said, this bald-headed demon. Shout out to Mbaku with that quote.
Like watching Hannah Montana do the award ceremony all over again. No, you know what? I'm not adding on to this.
But darker.
Not adding to this, Smiley.
It's like Hannah Montana playing the girl from The Ring. This year we got the final season of Sweet Tooth, and how bittersweet that was. See what I did there? If you haven't watched this show, it's so great. I never read the comic series, so I don't know how accurate it is to the story, but what a beautiful story to tell of hope and fear and evolution and empathy and the beauty in humans and in nature and also the ugliness. But great show. Have you guys watched it?
No, but
What's it on?
It's on Netflix.
Hood release. Gotcha. Oh, okay. Never mind.
On Netflix. You don't have to.
All right. I was quick. Johnny Quick. Okay.
I'm not going to say anything about this. We already talked about it. So I think that was and then finally, The best part of 2024.
You know
These
what?
gentlemen at the Olympics, dear God.
You know
These
what?
men united the entire world in love in a way that no one else could. In love and joy and laughter. They made more people watch the Olympics than ever before between them and like Alona Mayer. Like,
And also another person that will not be named.
Oh, the one that was doing the breakdance?
first of all, that was some of the like I have to thank her for that. Like, I know it was a travesty and that there were legit people that should have been there, they weren't. But the amount of content that came off of that had me crying laughing for months.
For months.
For months.
You're not wrong.
But if you had said in 1993 that Flavor Flav and Snoop Dogg would be the granddaddies of the Olympics.
Yo.
And not only that, but sponsoring the women's water polo team.
That's Flavor Flav and Snoop Dogg being like the honorary like spokesperson of was it Crip Walking Horses?
Yes. And the fact that he called Martha because he was afraid of horses.
I love that. When they were there together, I freaking love that. That was a union no one saw coming. But I know you have some news about Flavor Flav stepping in, saving another thing. If you want to announce it to the world.
So, if you haven't heard, HBO has decided to not renew Sesame Street, which I don't know how any company does not renew Sesame Street. Yeah. But anyway, once again, Flavor Flav have stepped up and said, "Hey, no, let's get this funded," and is now leading the charge to get Sesame Street funded. So we don't not have Sesame Street.
These motherfuckers. All right, I will be there. I will fucking be there because these motherfuckers playing. They gave us Elmo
in our faces.
Over.
They're playing in our faces with something they know we love. They don't care.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bitch, I'll be there. All right. We got like.
We got as much time as it's going to take me to get through this list. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
No more, no less.
No more, no less. All right. So I went another route because I already know which route everyone else is going to go. So I have to take another route typically. So that way I can make sure we cover a lot of the geekdom. So I'm going to cover anime, TV shows, and games with my choices. And I'm going to start off with, actually, I don't know because mine are in a random order because I saved them and I don't know what order they're in. So we're just going to start. So we're going to start with anime. So an anime that you need to watch from 2024, Kaiju number 8. If you're not reading the manga, watch the anime. It will give you more than what you're expecting from a Monster of the Week anime because it's literally about a guy going through changes that he did not want and trying to figure out how to use those changes to better help humanity when humanity wants to. He's like the X-Men. Oh my God, he's the X-Men. He is fighting for a world that hates him. Dear God.
I thought it was puberty, but okay, sure, X-Men.
No, he's X-Men.
I thought that was women.
Are we here today? Are we here? Is that a glass house where we're all throwing rocks at?
Yeah.
The call is coming from inside the house.
and you don't got blinds. Nobody wants to see.
If you're living in a glass house, how do you have blinds? Where do they make blinds for all glass houses?
They're those ceilings to floor blinds.
That's not my problem. That's not my
cheap
problem.
Aluminum ones that get twisted and stuck and break off.
Yes, they are.
Sorry, go ahead, Reggie.
No, next we have Shangri-La Frontier.
Oh,
basically, think Sword Art Online, but without all the misogyny and women kidnapping.
Listen, my hood release has failed me, okay? I've been stuck on episode 10 because it does not have the translations.
Oh, sir. Oh, my God.
I know.
Is killing it, sir.
No, but
download Duolingo.
Right? Dude, that fight that he had with the wolf, that fight, that's just the beginning.
I heard it came back. I heard it came back, and I just I need 9 anime TV allegedly from Hood Release to get on this shit and get me these goddamn use the AI. Use the AI.
You need to get caught up because new characters are introduced. and emotions and feelings, and Like a Gone is back, and oh my god, you need to watch
the
it.
TikTok shop has that translator thing now.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. It does. It does. But if you're not watching it, watch Shangri-La Frontier. If you watch any anime from 2024, Kaiju
My
number
manager
8,
said I had to come back and do the show. Okay.
Shangri-La Frontier, you will not be upset at all. I don't know how a game dies in 1 week, but Concord managed to do just that. This game was released on a Tuesday, canceled the next Monday. How do you do that? Canceled. Not even, oh, hey, we're going to step back and reduce what we're doing for the game. No, canceled. 1 week. Canceled. They said, hey, it's not in the store anymore. It's going to be gone tomorrow. If you bought it, you're getting a refund. How bad of a game do you have to make to give people money back within 1 week voluntarily?
Is that what it was? The game was that bad?
It was that bad. I never played it because by the time I heard of the game, it was already gone.
Hey, remember that game that was supposed to come out for years, and it was about being in the future and all this other stuff, and it was so bad that it gave people their money back. Remember that? It was something punk. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. I took mine back to GameStop. Yeah, I got the special edition because I believed in it. So I had the nice little slip sleeve and the books and the stickers, and I was all about it. And then I was riding a motorcycle and jumped over a hill and got stuck inside of a trash truck. Not driving the trash truck, in the trash truck.
Yeah, good job.
And then I fell from 5 feet and died.
Good job.
No, I know what you mean.
Next time, watch where you're going. Damn.
What's the name of that stupid
game? Cyberpunk 2077.
So, like, a lot of people had, unfortunately, a lot of people had a lot of faith in it and hype instead of actually looking at what it was, and had a lot of promise. And it became the first game, I think, in history to give people back their money because of how bad it was. I have to really check on that, but it was the first game in gaming history. We've had some trash games.
Yes, and they say, we got your money, we're keeping it.
Like, for instance, Call of Duty was like, you bought.
We don't. Call of Duty, Madden, Pokemon, they don't care. They got your money. Play the game.
Yo,
you ain't get all the game?
Can we have this moment real quick? Why did we buy 2 of the same versions of one game?
Because Nintendo
Why do Taylor
Game
Swift
Freak
fans buy 6 copies of the same album?
They do?
Yeah. She continues to release them like how they keep remastering the Star Wars movies.
Because the originals weren't hers to own, so she remastered them.
Well, no, I'm not talking about Taylor's version of things or TV as I'm talking about. She will re-release the same album with like an extra cut of one song or like a bonus track, and they'll rebuy the entire album just to get that extra track or that extra thing.
Instead of listening to it on YouTube.
Or just buying the extra track. Because remember, iTunes used to do that, and other people did it too.
Allegedly.
You know what? Hood release. All right, let's move forward.
Next up, if you have not been watching this is probably the #1 anime of 2024. Because this was literally the anime and manga made because the mangaka said, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me just write a story. And I don't want to try to sell it. And this is what we got. This is one of the most amazing action-filled, get in your fucking emotions anime that you could watch for 2024. Because, dear God, you're gonna be like rooting for the action, and next thing you know, 9 episodes in, you're being punched and pile drived in your feelings for a ghost. Like, bruh.
Why did I think you were gonna say goat?
You know, it would surprise me if they got you in your feelings about a goat. Trust me, they could do it with this setup. They could do it.
Is the last episode of season 1 the one where they find the hole?
Yes, that is the last season. I got mad too because the next Thursday I'm like, yeah, it's time for more Dan. Oh, July, I guess.
Okay. I'm gonna write a strongly worded because they ended the season on a cliffhanger and didn't even tell us. Like
exactly,
like figure that shit out.
Dude, exactly. And another controversy with this is how it's on 3 streaming platforms. Only 2 of them are advertising it, and the third one, which is the main one for the anime, has now shed light on how that anime streaming service is not doing what they're supposed to do, and the companies in Japan are now mad at them a lot.
Well.
Anyway, let's move forward, shall we?
Yes, let's. Up next, I can't believe neither one of you picked this, but Fallout, bro.
I almost did.
One of the best video game to live action adaptations we've ever gotten. And dear Lord, did all 3 of these people play their roles to a T. The ghoul, bruh, all he wants to know, where's my daughter? Where's my lion-ass wife? I'm going to kill everybody in my way, in between me and that. Vault Dweller, Ella.
The actor that plays the ghoul is one of those character actors that is just amazing in everything that he's in.
Walter is...
Walter Hoggins, is that it?
Goggins. So good. Bro, I watched What If, and he reprised his role. It was literally as though it was just coming from Ant-Man and the Wasp right into that. No steps missed. And this young man whose name I forgot, oh my God, he played a Brotherhood of Steel person to the T, because these are brainwashed people that think their way is the only way. And soon as he got underground, I was talking to another friend of mine about this. He was so comfortable and happy in that vault, eating that popcorn, watching TV. Like, is this what the world is really like? Oh, snap. What have I been doing with my life? Bro, go watch Fallout. If you haven't, you need to. You don't need to play the games to watch it. It does help a little with the lore in the background. Watch the show.
And that's why I didn't pick it, because I figured one of you would, because of it being the game and the show, and you guys both loving it. So that's the only reason why it wasn't on my list, but it almost was.
Nope, I didn't play it at all. So I was like,
I didn't play it at all. I just watched the show too.
And then what did you play it?
Up next, the announcement and trailers for GTA 6. Sadly, we're getting everything else in the world before we get GTA 6. But we got it announced.
You know what, Reggie? Hold on. That was a bar. That was a fucking. We're getting everything else in the world, but Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, okay, it's gonna be probably the most expansive game to this date. Like, I think we're doing 3 states into a game. Okay, and for those that don't know, currently Grand Theft Auto 5, I think, is the biggest one to do it. And I think after that is Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yep.
San Andreas.
Yep.
And if you play these games, first of all, if you play the earlier games, you had a loading screen when crossing a border. Now it's just like, I'm really in this car driving for like 5 minutes, which feels like an hour, going on the north side of California. You know, so it's a lot of things. The announcements for the trailers look amazing. They look promising. And it's hard to not have faith in this and be like, I'm not going to buy it. Grand Theft Auto has literally made billions of dollars fucking selling those shark cards off of reused missions for like the last, I don't know, has it been 10 years?
Look, dude, GTA 5 has been on every console since the PS3. So we're on the PS5 Pro. It's been on every console since the PS3.
I'm gonna look up when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, because I think we need to know.
God, it's gonna be like 2011?
September 17th, 2013. I started my job literally 2 months later. I started my job 2 months later. Okay,
GTA 5 has been around the entire time you've been at work. The entire time,
bro. So that's just to let you know how successful they've been, and then they've been
reselling it.
They've been using the same online platform for 11 plus years, and said we're good up until now. we're not gonna get another Grand Theft Auto 7 until like you and I are like grandfathers.
Right? Wait,
Pass me the stick, boy.
One of us already is a grandfather, though.
Fair enough. I apologize. You know what I meant by age.
I know.
I apologize.
I know. You're fine, sir. You are A-okay. All right, up next. It could have been better. I had so many high hopes for this show. I wanted it to be better.
Yes.
And talk about a wasted opportunity. You have freaking Trinity in your TV show and you kill her in the first episode.
She didn't deserve to die.
Bro.
She was amazing as a Jedi Master. Which
she
is crazy.
was. And
she
then
really
this guy
was. You know
survives the entire thing. He even survives this guy. What?
First of all, he's amazing. And I'll not hear or he had the best.
He was the worst best friend ever that didn't understand that he was looking at a completely different person looking at her twin.
That's fair. Carrie Ann Moss, I agree, was such a waste, but all of the Jedi Masters and even like the Queen Witch, whatever she was, were all dispatched too soon. And I think that was one of the biggest failings of this show is that they wanted to shock us and show how deep and dark they were going to get without realizing sacrificing the reasons we're watching is going to backfire on you.
Yes.
But I still was ready to go on this journey with them because I was so invested in the main characters and wanted to see where it was going to go. And I hope that at some point we get a resolution, whether it's in a different platform or something. Hell, I'll read the fanfic at this point. But
fair enough. No.
What a shame
she's not wrong.
For a show that really had like another one that was beautifully cast. And I don't know how many seasons they had written for, but I feel like we got something that should have taken a few seasons all within this one season, and it hurt the show for sure.
Just soul story and redemption should have been multiple seasons.
Oh, I agree.
He went through all that stuff way too fast.
And even
then her and Balin,
the twins, you know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah.
That should have been a season 2 intro. Like, there's actually 2 of them. And one's not really dead.
Yeah, that'd have been dope. Like the dark side gives you multiple personality disorder, and then you find out there's 2. You're like, oh my god, no, there's 2. Yeah, you know, like you're right. You guys, I've hit it on the mentions and everything. I love the fact that you started that this could have been better because I said the same thing. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But yeah, I had high hopes for this. And I just wanted it to be written better because they rushed it way too fast.
Can I say one more thing?
Go ahead.
I think this is the only series where I've seen so many minorities on screen when it comes to Star Wars.
You're not wrong.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
And
they could have done better.
It was a waste of a beautiful opportunity.
100%.
For sure. I agree. And I loved it, but I agree. Rooted in reality.
Everybody was acting.
They kind of sort of left those kids alone, and they definitely left those Skywalkers alone.
Thank the Lord.
And then they just dropped the ball.
They were trying to be edgy and cool, and ended up being neither.
They became an edgelord.
All edge, no point.
It's okay. Because I really want to know what the hell Balin Skull was looking for. I need to know what he's looking for because I haven't read all the books, so I don't know what the hell Balin was looking for.
I would like
these aren't based on books, are they?
A little, but not really. They took pieces from the old extended universe and added them into all
that's
the new
no
shows.
Longer canon. So
allegedly,
which was another beautiful opportunity for them to make something great. And I feel like they wanted to, and that's why it hurt so much.
Yes,
that they weren't given an opportunity to like right the ship. Because I do think if they had gotten more seasons, they could have course corrected, because a lot of the Star Wars series that we love didn't start out very strong. Clone Wars is a perfect example of that.
No, the Gennady Tartakovsky shorts That's what
Well,
sold me on Clone
I'm
Wars.
not talking about that. I'm talking about
Oh, my bad.
the first 2 seasons.
Oh, that OG season of Clone Wars. Yeah, that was slow and bad.
So,
Ish.
but they were given an opportunity to like take it somewhere, and I think they just gave up too quick.
Yes.
More lightsaber colors, more fights. Next, Reggie.
Oh no, that is it. That is all. That is what I've got for the
All
look
right.
back at 2024.
All right. So we are only, I don't know, 15 minutes over.
Technically 10 because we started 5
No.
minutes late, but
I
it's
mean,
okay.
no, we've been on for like an hour and 15 minutes. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, really quick, 2 things. While I'm talking, guys, get your happy thought of the week or happy moment of the week together. Facebook, for our Facebook viewers, it seems that Facebook has done a thing now where you used to have a live tab and used to be able to click the live tab and see that we were live if you weren't already subscribed. Now it seems like it's not there, at least on the mobile side. I just checked, and I also checked on the computer while we were all talking. If that is the case, and it's not just Mayhem going through his crazy grandpa medicine, be sure to check us out every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And if you get confused with the times, it's not a problem. When you think we should be on, just go add us on the Facebook, 4-Letter Nerd, and you'll see that we're live. You can always click in, subscribe to us, do the following things so you get notifications. Other than that, we are on YouTube, and we also are on Twitch, correct? Twitch?
Yes.
Twitch, yes.
Ringling the dinglings on all 3 sites.
Ringling the dinglings.
I don't ever want to hear that phrase again.
I can't. Let me get it together. I'm gonna get it together, but just the ring.
I would say leave that in 2024, but it's already 2025, so leave it
big
right where it is right now.
Anywho, let's go. Let's go with Kat. What was your moment of the week? Your happy moment of the week?
My happy moment of the week is when I picked up my son from the train station. He was in New York for New Year's.
Nice.
And I picked him up on Saturday and came home. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. And on Sunday, the kids and I just hung out together on the couch and watched movies and laughed. And, we had food and stuff. And it was so nice and so chill. And I am so lucky to have that kind of relationship with my kids. I know not everyone does, especially at a 21 and 17, almost 17-year-old. There are so many people that are disconnected from their kids at that age, and I'm not. And I'm forever thankful that I get so many of those moments with them still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice.
I think she won, but all right, go ahead.
What do you mean? She always wins. When it comes to the deep emotional stuff, bro, I'm a mud puddle that has a little divot in the middle. This woman is deep.
Your analogies for the night. You know what? Please tell us a moment. No, it's not just me.
Okay. All right. So for me,
Reggie, hold on. Reggie is the family member who says some crazy shit at dinner, and you're just like, just don't react. Just don't react.
It's like, okay, Grandma, time to take a nap.
I mean, it might be time for a nap, but we're not here nor there. But my happy moments are a culmination. Sadly yet happily, our daughter had to move in with us because her living situation wasn't the greatest. So we've actually got her in here. That's why what's behind me is now different, because we had to rearrange a few things. So she's living with us, and it's interesting because I'm a step parent, and I had the other 2 step kids with me, but they weren't as eager to be living with us because one wanted a completely different life that we couldn't give them, and one didn't want much of anything or to do anything. And so with this one that's in the middle, I'm happy to be with you guys. Thank you for the choice. And it helps me to get to learn to know my stepkid, which I don't even call them my stepkids. They're my kids because I'm married to their mom. So they're my kids. I help take care of them. They're mine. If you have any other words, you can fight me. That's okay.
Right with the wall.
That's right. But it's helping me to learn how to be a parent, which is something I've always wanted to be. And then on the other side, the wife is actually going for her spinal ablation on Friday. So there will be a lot less pain in her neck. So she won't have issues in her neck. And then next one is going to be for her lower spine, which are her two problem areas and her spinal column. So that way she can have a lot less pain so she can actually function and live. So that way she's not in pain constantly. And I am so looking forward to that.
I love that for her. I hope everything goes well.
I hope they give her cookies. All the cookies.
I'll give her cookies.
Okay. Okay.
I know where your brain went. Take it out of there.
Thanks for sharing.
I'm just talking about cookies, sir. Cookies from the store.
No.
Can't take you anywhere.
Thank you for sharing, Reggie and Kat. My actually moment of the week, my happy moment is actually doing this show. I was looking forward to this last week, the week before, because I thought we'd just be in our usual antics. And, it's nice to get a break, but then it's also nice to see you guys and obviously act the whole fool. For the past holidays, it's been eye-opening every year, especially since I have a daughter now. She's 3, and it's just like, okay, well, what are you going to do this year for her? The parties that we go to, the things, and just seeing her learn. So it's just always good to kind of reconnect with my circle, because you guys are in my circle, obviously how this show started and where we're at now, definitely part of my happy week. I didn't see that coming. And then if I could be honest with you, I took a step back on New Year's, and I kind of reflected on everybody and the growth and just kind of like what everybody goes through. Because I know I'm not like the most social on social media like that, but I do tend to see a lot of things, and it's just like, wow, a lot of us have overcame a lot of shit, silently out loud, if you will, and it's worth me mentioning, but not necessarily acknowledging. So for those that have went through something this past year, even now, and you've gone through it with the help and the love and support, whether or not you asked for it, whether or not we knew about it completely, whether we were on time or late, this one's for you. You are loved. I'm so happy that you got through it. Continue to keep striving, keep persevering. Pray for me. I'm a dad. And as I pray for you, because you know what? At the end of the day, we're all we got. And I'm really proud and happy to have people like you in my life. Thank you for coming.
I love you too.
We're glad to have you as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the 4-Letter Nerd, a Hyrule Geekly Unlimited production, or whatever. Once again, you can find us on YouTube and Twitch.
I'm never gonna live that down.
No, it's amazing. You can find us on YouTube and Twitch right now. Facebook is going through a thing. There's no more live button, so please subscribe or follow our channel on the 4-Letter Nerd on Facebook. That way, when you want to watch the show live, you can see that when you go to our page, it's there. We're on 8 p.m. every Wednesday Eastern time. Big shout out. Oh my God, I'm gonna mess up their name. Sebastian, what is his name? Bonaparte.
Bonnet. There we go.
Bonnet. I can't remember his name of the show. Oh my God.
Nerds of the Round.
I was thinking Nerds of the Square, and I was like, that's not it.
What? No.
I know. They recently shut down after 10 plus years, I'll say. They definitely have decided to do creatively different things. I just want to give them a big shout out because they have been a staple in the community of geekdom. I always shout them out for doing the first and only and successful fucking Comic-Con that was online, digital Comic-Con. Ambient Comics. Yep, Ambient.com. Ambient.com, excuse me. But, Ambient Comics is the name of the company or whatever. They did a great job. Sebastian, Law, Val, Tone from Across the Hall, Pong. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I'm sorry if I am. These guys killed it. They recently just stopped doing their shows. You can always go find them on YouTube if you want to watch it. I was on some of the earlier episodes from like 10 years ago. So you'll see me there. But these guys have always been great friends, great family members, great content producers. I think you'd really like them. Just keep in touch with them. Big shout out to them. Love them always. With that being said, Reginald.
And their episodes are on Spotify too.
Oh, they're on Spotify too?
Yes, they sure are. That's where I'm subscribed to them.
Thank you very much. Take us away, Reginald.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are the Four-Letter Nerd. We are out of here. You can all see us every other Wednesday or every Wednesday or whatever Wednesdays we want to show up. But thank you for joining us.